Oh, okay. Sweet. We are live everywhere. Let me just take a little sip of mate. Happy Mindset Monday, everybody. Thank you for joining me here, my fellow dreamers and soul searchers. Woo. I gotta say, I am like beat today. I had a gig on Saturday. I'm a singer, so I filled in for a band, and I haven't played live in like a year. So I'm like dead tired today, even though it was still 2 days ago. I'm still trying to recover. So I apologize if I look or sound tired, because I am. But anyway, today, I hope everyone's doing amazingly. Good afternoon. That is so funny. Yes, it is the afternoon. I'm just barely getting my life together today, but I appreciate you being here. I'm excited for today's Mindset Monday because, well, first of all, I really enjoy these, honestly. I just really like the interactive feel of it. I like being able to answer your questions in real time, and it kind of reminds me of my coaching sessions where I get to address people's specific issues that they're having right in the moment, because then I can see like exactly what thoughts are tripping them up and exactly what beliefs they have that are causing lag, and why maybe things aren't manifesting right away, or those kind of things. So I really enjoy the live videos. Please feel free to ask your questions. That's the best part of it, and it's enjoyable for not only me but everybody who's watching as well, because they get info as well. So today I wanted to talk about, I don't want to call it lag time, because it's not about the time. It's not about lagging. It's not about, you're waiting for something to come to you. But basically that period between when you set your intentions, when you decide you want to manifest something, and when it shows up in your life. What do you do in between there to make sure that it does come to you? Because if you don't take the proper precautions, or you're not doing the proper focus, you're not paying the correct attention to your feelings and thoughts, you can not necessarily block your manifestation from coming, but it definitely can slow it down on your path. You're adding resistance, you're adding time, you're adding hurdles that you have to get past in order for it to come about. So I kind of wanted to talk about, what you can do in the meantime, or what you should be doing in the meantime while you're waiting for your manifestations to appear in your life. First things first, if you would like to join my Facebook community, it's called Black Moon Society. It's a place to help you banish your negative thinking, your limiting beliefs. I'm in there all the time, chatting with you, answering questions, just being a resource for you. If you have anything, you can reach me on the Facebook. I will say it is only for women. I've had a few men trying to join, and it's not that I don't want to help men, because I definitely do. I absolutely will help men one-on-one, or even if you reach out to me on DMs, I'll address your issues. But the group itself, my audience is 90% women, and just as a female myself, I just know that it's easier to be open and express yourself in an environment where you're with other women. So I like to keep the group just to the females. No offense to guys, and again, I'll absolutely help you, but the group itself is for women. But that's called Black Moon Society. It's on Facebook. Please join that. The link is below the YouTube, and then if you're watching me from Facebook, you're already in there, so thank you. Okay, so back to what we do in the meantime while we're waiting for our manifestations to happen. Now, I'm taking this from assuming that you are doing your proper techniques. You're visualizing, you're scripting, you're doing your affirmations, you're doing meditation to clear out the negative junk. You are going to bed with good thoughts. Basically, I call it meditating to sleep, but you don't have to meditate, but you kind of want to just like soak in good thoughts and good feelings, even if it's just like feeling how comfortable your bed is the whole time that you're kind of falling to sleep. Whatever it is that gets you in a positive mind frame, you can think about your goals for the week. You can think about what you want to do the next day. You can think about what you're manifesting. You can think about things that make you happy. You can revise your day. You can just go back through your day and hold your focus there and just kind of really pay attention to the feelings that you're carrying, the thoughts that you're holding, and of course those are what you're manifesting. So super key, because then that makes you wake up in a good place. And when you wake up, the first thing you do before you even open your eyes, you think about the things you love. You tell yourself how comfortable your bed is. You talk about how amazing your life is. You plan all the amazing things you're going to do. You can even just set your intention. This is going to be an amazing day. Whatever it is, you just want to get off on the right foot. And that starts the night before. And then once you're, out in your day, you're making sure that you're doing your affirmations. If you're doing scripting, you're doing it from a good vibrational place. You're not trying to force scripting or any manifestational technique. Actually, you don't want to try to force your feelings by, how do I say this? Manifestations start at the vibrational level. So you have to feel it first. You can't think your way into, you can, it's not like you can't do it, but it's much easier to feel your way into a good thought than it is to think your way out of a bad feeling, if that makes sense. So, because your feelings gain momentum, your thoughts gain momentum. So if you're thinking bad thoughts and you're feeling bad about it, it's harder to change your thoughts and change your, this is coming out weird. It's harder to stop the spinning when you're like going on negative feelings by just simply trying to think your way out of it. It has to go at the emotional, the root level. It has to be felt first to really take hold and to really change the direction of your momentum. So monitoring your feelings at all times is really important, and taking stock of how you feel in each moment, and then figuring out, if you're feeling bad, what feeling led you to that thought. What you can backtrack, you can reverse engineer your feelings to find out, why did I manifest this shitty thing? Why am I feeling bad right now when I'm trying to manifest something good? Why am I feeling like I'm powerless? Why am I feeling like this isn't coming? If you start really paying attention to how you feel at all times, paying attention to the thoughts that lead you to the feelings that got you there, you will start getting a handle on what it is that's taking you down these roads. And more importantly, you'll be able to stop yourself when you see yourself going there. Or when you're, even if you already are full blown in that feeling, you're able to catch it easier and basically talk yourself out of it and move yourself back up the emotional scale. Okay, you want to start thinking about things that make you feel really good, things that make you feel amazing, things that make you feel alive, things that make you feel powerful. Remind yourself of your power every single day when you wake up. You are the only God of your reality. You are the only creator. You're the only one who can create in your reality. No one can create for you. No one can exert themselves into your experience. It's all you. And everything that you do experience has been called to you at some point, sometime or another, some feeling or another. You have you've put out the vibrations of lack, doubt, fear, anxious, whatever, anxiety, and those are coming back to you. So it's not about, you don't want to beat yourself up for feeling negative feelings, because you're going to. It's not like it's not an end all be all. You don't just decide you're positive and then that's it for the rest of your life. You're going to experience things that will call negative feelings to you. And it's really important that you don't beat yourself up for it. It's better for you to notice it, recognize it, maybe even pinpoint what got you there. Like, okay, I understand that I manifested this because I was feeling like this earlier. And then you move on and you start thinking about the things that feel good. You have a toolkit, you have something that brings you out of those feelings, so that you know that whenever you start feeling shitty, okay, I can think about this, and this to start bringing my vibration up. And then I can soak in the feelings of this, and this to keep that momentum going. And then I'm getting myself physically, mentally moving out of that situation, doing something else that takes up my attention, and getting out of that space so that you don't continue to create more of that. So I just want to give an example. I had an instance happen this week where I manifested something not important, but just kind of shitty, and then I was able to figure out what it was. So I was talking to my neighbor. He told me about this other neighbor that we have that rides this gas scooter on the sidewalk, and it's really loud and it's really rude and obnoxious, whatever. He's an older man, so he He's like, oh, damn you kids. Anyways, so I heard about this guy. I came inside, I was in a Facebook group, and I made a post bitching about something. And I normally don't do this, but I'm in this Facebook group where it's like kind of like a safe space. And I normally just really try to keep any negativity off the internet. It wasn't necessarily bad, but it's just something that has been annoying me that it's been building up and building up. So I just kind of wanted to like get it out. And we talked about this annoying thing. Everybody was like co-signing it, like, yeah, that's annoying. And I'm like, okay, I'm justified in this thing. And then I go outside to take my dogs for a walk, and guess who fucking comes by me on his annoying ass scooter? And it was just this big deal. Like, my dogs don't like loud noises, so they start barking and jumping and trying to attack him. And I had to scoot all the way over onto the sidewalk grass and like hold my freaking, my freaking crazy dog's back. And it sounds like a motorcycle and like a leaf blower at the same time. It's really loud, and he's just like zooming by down everybody on the sidewalk. Anyways, so I'm like, this annoying ass mother effer, here he goes. And then 2 seconds later, I was like, oh my God, I just manifested this guy, because I spent the last 20 minutes just reveling in things that annoy me on the internet. And then I go outside and I was immediately confronted with something super annoying. So that is I just wanted to give an example of like reverse engineering your thoughts to find those places where you called that negative manifestation to you. And it's that simple. It's that easy. It's that quick. But the good thing about this is that when you do this, not only do you, are you able to get more of a handle on your feelings, and you're able to recognize more what it is that's causing manifestations to occur in your life, but you're also gaining focus on the functionality of what you're doing, why it's happening, what feelings cause what, and stopping. You can stop them. You can know, like, I knew that I should not have been talking on the internet about things that annoy me for 20 plus minutes. Of course I know that. I don't do that normally, but I did it. I wanted to enjoy it, and guess what? I manifested something annoying right away. And it just shows how easy manifestation is. It shows how quick things manifest, how easy it is. It's passing fleeting thoughts. It's things that you're not really trying to do. So when you want to manifest something, the problem that we have is that you can do all of the best manifestational techniques in the world. You can visualize, you can script, you can affirm, you can have the most clear picture of what you want. But if you go back into your world immediately after and you start getting bogged down with Facebook drama, or being annoyed at your neighbors, or being annoyed at your spouse or your kids or your job or your boss, you start noticing that your thing isn't there. You start noticing that the money's not in the bank. You get a text from your person you're trying to manifest, and they say they don't want to be around you, and then you react to it. This is the stuff that causes your manifestations to take a long time. This is why your manifestations don't show up. It's not because there's some sort of lag time, or it takes time for me to attract it. That's not really what's happening. Once you decide you want something and you feel the feelings of it, you feel what you would feel like if you were already that version of yourself, and you practice that vibration, you are stepping into that role. You are becoming a vibrational match to exactly who you want to be and exactly what you want to experience. And if you were to stay there, if you were to be able to take that feeling and like lock it in here and not let any other outside influences sway you or make you feel like it's not happening, make you feel like you're not doing it or you're not good enough, you would become that person, or you would come into contact with whatever it is you're trying to manifest immediately. And I just did a video on instant manifestation. Throw these around. And all that is about becoming a vibrational match to exactly what you want. The problem is that you will become your vibrational match, and you can sit there, maybe you sit and manifest for 20 minutes, or you meditate for 20 minutes, or you visualize for 20 minutes, you script for an hour, whatever. That whole time you are a match to it. But then the second that you stop and you notice again that shit's not happening, or things are taking a long time, or this person said this to me and it counteracts exactly what I said, or it contradicts exactly what I intended, and you don't correct that feeling and you don't switch that to a positive intention, that's where your blocks come in. That's where your problem lies. You have to take that moment of noticing, or preferably don't even notice it. But if you do notice that, again, the money's not in the bank, the bills are showing up, the person's not calling, or they're dating somebody else, or the jobs aren't coming in, whatever. If you take stock in that and you start reacting to it and you start reminding yourself, oh yeah, I am jobless, I am on the verge of being homeless, I am broke, blah, blah, blah. I don't even want to say these phrases anymore. That's what brings you back down to your original vibrational level, and you just essentially cancel out everything that you just did. And it's not that your manifestations can't happen, because everything manifests, all your feelings manifest, they all come about in some way. But if you don't stay in that place, in that vibrational place of being that match, you have to be it in order for it to be in your world. Things start at the vibrational level, then they are, once you feel something, you are fed thoughts, and thoughts start to grow and they gain momentum. And once you have a feeling paired with a thought, then it can come into your world. So if you take a feeling of abundance, or a feeling of love, a feeling of accomplishment, whatever it is that you're trying to go for, and you match it with thoughts, you start visualizing, scripting, affirming, and then you lose the feeling, you have just lost the vibration. So now you are now back to the vibration again of, I ain't got no job, or whatever, my man ain't shit, whatever it is that you're dealing with. It's just, you just go right back into it. And that's why it seems like your manifestations aren't working, or it seems like you're not good enough, or it seems like you're not good at it. It's because it's not that you're good at not good at manifesting. You're not so good at maintaining the vibration, maintaining the belief system that says, I can have whatever it is I want. I'm the only God of my reality. I'm the only one that can create. And not only that, I'm always creating my reality at every single moment, okay? Right now, we all together, everybody that's watching this, we're creating moments of power, like powerfulness. We're all stepping into our power right now. We're acknowledging that we have this ability to do this together at the same time. So if you come out of this live, if you come out of watching this video and you maintain that belief of, I got this, I can have anything I want, I get anything I want, I get everything that I want, I get everything that I want. If you see my videos where I go on those rampages, it's like, that's what you do. Just you talk yourself up, you talk yourself up. When you feel that dip, you replace that with a powerful, positive, no, I got this. If you're trying to manifest someone specifically, and let's say that you do a whole scripting session of how much he loves you and how great your relationship is and how respectful it is and how long you've been together and how much you can't wait to be around each other, blah, 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 blah. And then you come out of it and you open your phone and you have a text that says, by the way, I met somebody, I don't want to see you anymore. And that like kills you, and you're like, oh no, how, why, no, this can't happen, no, blah, 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 no, don't do this to me, why would he do it? There, you are just giving him all the power, even though he doesn't have any of it. If in that moment you get that text message and it says that and you're like, that's weird, because in my world we're married and you love me forever and nobody else could even possibly catch your eye. And then you move on and you do something else and you don't even think about it. You leave that thought there, you leave that vibration where it is. That is what is going to bring that person into your life. That is what is going to create the momentum and the basically like this vortex. It's like a vacuum that like fills this space with whatever you expect to happen. Your expectations, your beliefs, the way that you truly feel things are going to work out is what happens. So if your manifestations seem like they're not coming, if it seems like things are taking a long time, you have to look at what you're doing in between. You have to look at how you are conducting your daily life, the day in, the day out, the grunt, all the bullshit, all of the simple stuff that you don't even think about, the stuff that seems benign to you. That's where your problems are lying. That's where it is. Like, and I'm not saying this is an end all be all, but if you feel like you're doing all of your manifestational techniques correctly, if you know that you're scripting with feeling, you're using your affirmations, you're coming up with your own affirmations that sound like they're coming from your mouth, you're saying them over and 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 over until that you feel them on just like a cellular level, and your picture is super clear, you know exactly what you want, and it's still not happening, it is your day-to-day like random autopilot thoughts that is keeping that away from you. Okay, so that's where you need to start looking. You need to start looking at, how do I feel in the meantime? How do I feel when I'm sitting at my desk and I'm doing some shit I don't want to do? That's where your problem is. That's what's keeping your manifestation away in that moment. So you're going to want to, I always say this, you have to have a toolbox. I believe in a toolbox. I have things that I know I can think about. If I were to start dipping in my vibration, if I start thinking about these things, or if I start conjuring the feelings of these things, it will start to bring me out of it. And then once I'm kind of feeling a little bit better, then I can feel a little bit better. And it's just momentum. It's just a cycle of like going and going and going and going and going. And I know that everybody understands this because this happens with negative thoughts a lot. It happens probably more with negative thoughts. Once you have a negative thought and you think it for like 17 seconds, another one joins, another one joins, and another one joins. And that goes for all thoughts, not just negative thoughts. But you really want to catch yourself in those moments, because if you allow those thoughts to gain momentum and take off, there again, you're going to start manifesting annoying ass people on their scooters going by you. You're going to start manifesting more people coming after your specific person. You're going to start manifesting more people being hired for the job that you want, or whatever it is. I'm just kind of generalizing, what the usual things people want to manifest are, and how you block that. So just be really mindful of how you feel all the time. And it's kind of a tough subject, because some people don't want to feel positive all the time. They don't want to be happy all the time, which, I mean, I kind of understand. For me, it's a little different, because I just, again, like if you watch my show, I have anger. My issue is anger. So I don't like to be bitchy all the time. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be pissed off. I don't want to let the tiniest thing spiral and ruin my day. So for me, it is very important that I stay positive and I stay high vibration, because even though all thoughts manifest, and if you truly believe something will come to you, then it will, no matter what. You can be in the worst mood possible, but if you believe it, it's going to happen, good or bad. So your belief trumps all. But if you're having trouble getting there, you want to keep those vibrations up, because you have to be able to flip those thoughts when they happen. You have to be able to say, oh, that's weird, because that's not how it is in my world. If say that you have an issue with FOMO, your friends are going out and doing stuff without you, they're not inviting you, and it's like hurting you. Well, instead of sitting at home and thinking like, why doesn't anyone want to hang out with me? Why don't they call me? Am I boring? Do they not like me? What's wrong with me? How come nobody wants to be with me? That is perpetuating your cycle. That's going to keep you from being invited anywhere. It's going to keep you from making new friends. It's going to keep you from doing a lot of things, because you have an internal belief that you're not good enough. People don't want to be around you. They're not going to call you. They're going to do stuff without you. You have to change your belief systems, and you have to change the interim. You have to change that meanwhile. Like, so let's say that happened to you. Your friends went out and they didn't invite you, and it made you feel really shitty. What you would need to do in that moment is say, actually, my friends love me. They love being around me. They think I'm the funniest person in the room. When I'm not there, they miss me. When I'm not there, people are asking where I'm at. Every time they want to do something fun, I'm the first person on their list. You go down you say these affirmations. You say, how exciting you are to be around, how fun you are, how many people love you. And then you don't start feeling shitty again. You don't go look at your feed and see your friends hanging out without you. You do something else. Or you do something that makes you feel good about yourself. Or you do something that completely distracts you from feeling about yourself at all, okay? Something that, if you have to go do yoga, go walk your dogs, do a project that takes your mental focus, something that literally moves you out of that situation so that you don't sit there and think about how your friends are out without you and they didn't invite you, okay? Because your vibration's wherever you last left it. If you leave your vibration high at, they love me, like maybe the text didn't come through. text didn't come through. My phone's acting weird. Maybe the text didn't come through. And you don't allow it to hurt you, you are going to then start becoming that version of you that everybody loves to be around because you're not putting out desperate, needy vibes. You're going to be the person that they think to invite because you're not sitting at home wondering, why does nobody invite me? Which just manifests more people not inviting you to places. You have to believe that it's possible. You have to know your power. You have to own it. You have to step into it. You have to accept it, and you cannot waver, okay, unless you want your manifestations to not come. And then you have to watch yourself. You have to be aware of what you're thinking and what you're feeling and how that is going to affect the rest of your life and how it's going to affect the rest of your manifestations. So really take time. Focus on yourself, guys. Like, there's nothing else in the world. There's nothing else but you. You create everything you experience. You create every person that comes into your world. You create every instance. You create every limitation. You create every positive thing that happens. It's all you. So know that everything flows out from internal. You know how they say, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna love anybody else? That's a RuPaul quote. Or what's like the OG version of that? You have to love yourself before you can love anybody else. Yes and no. I do think that, I know there's a lot of people that can't feel self-love. They don't know how to love themselves, but they're very giving to other people, and they want to express those feelings. Just know that when you're expressing love, even if it's to someone else, it still has to go through you. You're the transmitter. So even if you're giving love to someone else, you're still feeling it. And you can feel that love and just kind of direct it inwards a little bit and just kind of soak it in a little bit. If you want to send someone love, send a little to yourself. Just feel the feelings of, that joy and that comfort, that ease, that feeling of like, okay, this is okay. Everything is okay. Everything is fine. The world's not ending. I create everything in my existence. And therefore, I create my limitations. I create the negative instances. And when you can accept that and not be like offended by it or scared of it, more importantly, and just be like, oh, I created that. Like when I, if you just joined, I had an instance where this annoying person, I manifested something really annoying, like 20 minutes after whatever. And I just laughed. I was like, oh, ha. I was like, why did this happen to me? Oh yeah, I manifested this. That's hilarious. And then I just went on about my day instead of being like, this annoying ass person, blah, 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 blah. It's just like, acknowledge it, accept it, and move on. Because you manifest good things too. It's not that you just manifest negative stuff. So don't take stock in what happens. Don't believe that just because a negative thing comes up, even though you're trying to manifest something different, that doesn't mean that it's not coming. It just means that you have a lot of things that are manifesting. You have a lot of thoughts that are manifesting at all times. So again, pay attention to how you feel. And if you do feel something negative, acknowledge it, flip it to a positive affirmation. Actually, I don't think that I am the least popular person of my friend group. They love me. They love what I have to say. I have a unique perspective. I'm the only one of my friends that thinks this way, and they love that about me. They love being around me because I challenge their ideas. They love being around me because I make them think different thoughts. They love being around me because I'm exciting. They love being around me because I'm introspective. Whatever. Take the feelings and turn them positive, because you have that power. You have the power to do everything in your world, and no one else has it in your world at all. No one else has the power to do it. So use it to your advantage. Don't let it bog you down. If you see something negative manifest, take that as a chance to reverse engineer, find out exactly which thought and which vibration or feeling manifested that, pinpoint it, and then you can see, okay, that's how I manifested that. That was really simple, actually. Let me use this for good. It's learning the functionality of it, and whether the result is good or bad, that doesn't matter. It's gaining control of your manifesting power and your thought process that either keeps your good manifestations coming, or keeps them away. Okay, so I'm going to use the term mental diet. If you follow Jasmine, her channel is called, she just changed it. I'm pretty sure it's called Manifesting Easily and Effortlessly. It used to be called Manifest a Specific Person, but she just changed it. Her name is Jasmine. Her videos are incredible. I love her point of view. We're going to do a collab together soon. But she calls it mental diet. And I think that's a great way to think about it. But also don't stress over it. Like, oh God, I have to pay attention to every thought. Well, kind of, yeah. Because if you don't, you're going to allow your autopilot to do the choosing for you. And that's just not, like, why? Why would you do that? If you have the power either way, hi Myra. If you have the power either way to either focus and choose something good or not focus and get whatever the hell comes to you, why not focus and figure out what it is exactly that causes manifestations to come into your world? Figure out exactly what thoughts that you have and feelings you have that bring these things about to you. And then you can start doing it deliberately and start being a deliberate creator. Start making things happen that you want to experience instead of, again, allowing however you feel in the moment to just manifest whatever the hell is going to come down the line for you. That doesn't make any sense. That's what we've all been doing for our whole lives up until the moment we learn about manifesting. And then from that point on, you don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to be autopilot Andrea. I don't know. Choose, decide. No, I am the creative force in my world. I make the decisions. I choose it. I make every manifestation happen. It's all me. I'm the power. Everything is responding to me at all moments. It's all me. It's always me. It's only me. It's never anybody else. It's always only me. Okay? From now, okay, so I feel kind of shitty about something. I'm going to sit here and feel crappy and annoyed for 20 minutes. Well, guess what's coming? More shit to annoy you. I can tell you that firsthand. This just happened to me yesterday, okay? So, but then once you start gaining control of it, once you start recognizing it, it's fun. It's funny to be like, huh, I just manifested that bullshit. Like, okay, good. I'm powerful. Okay, I see how it goes. Like, take that as a sign of your power. Take that as, like, when something, okay, let's say you're going into a situation, you're just like, ugh, I know that it's going to be blah, 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 blah. You know it's going to be shitty. You don't want it to be shitty, but you know it's going to be. Because your want is not what manifests. It's your belief that manifests, okay? You don't want it to be shitty, but you know deep down it's going to be. And then it turns out shitty, and you're just like, ugh, I knew they were going to say that. I knew it was going to go like this. Then be proud. Be like, hell yeah, I did. I manifested that. I am powerful. And then from that point, change the beliefs. Instead of expecting things to go shitty, instead of expecting someone to have a snarky ass comment, be like, oh, they're going to compliment me today. I'm going to walk into work and my boss is going to be happy to see me. And then leave it at that, okay? Don't try to meddle with it anymore. Just decide how you want your life to be. Decide how you want to show up and decide how you want other people to show up for you. And then don't allow yourself to take stock in whatever happens in the physical world, okay? Because your manifestations are coming to pass from years and years ago and from 2 seconds ago. It doesn't. It's all manifesting, okay? And when it comes about is a mystery, and that's up to the universe and the law of attraction or whatever. Hello, thanks for joining me. So pay attention to how you feel. Notice when you're manifesting things, good or bad. Take a mental note. Don't react emotionally, but take a mental note and be like, okay, I just manifested my rude ass coworker saying something rude again because I expected them to come in here and comment on my shoes or whatever, and they did. Instead of that, that's fine. Take notice of it. Okay, I did that. Now that you know that you did that, now you can be like, okay, I'm going to walk in and my coworker is going to compliment my outfit today. Or what? I don't know. I'm just making things up. I work at home. This is where I'm at all the time. So like, I don't get out into the real world a lot. So I just try to like think of things that are general or things that I hear my clients talk about, the stuff that they experience, because I know how easy it is to just like react to what happens to you, react to what you see in your world, react to the text messages you get, react to the things that you see people doing on social media, react to the things that your spouse says, react to the things that your parents say, whatever. But you have to know that it's all you. It all stems from you. Everything in your world flows outwards from here, all of it. So if you decide that you're not going to allow the negative things to take hold anymore, like they might still come, they probably will, because you've got years and years and years and years of momentum built up from your past negative feelings. I'm just going to use the term negative as a blanket statement. I'm gonna come up with a new word, because I got some flack on YouTube recently about, well, I don't think it's fair that people call this negative when, you know, for example, this person was born with a disease, and now they're negative for having that. It's like, that's not what I said. Your situation is your situation. You come to this planet, you choose. You choose the body you're in. You choose the family you come to. You choose your circumstances. You choose the time and place that you come to on this planet. It's all you. You chose that before you came here. So it's not about like, oh, you're a baby in a disease, guess what? You have bad karma. That's not it at all. You chose to come into that body to experience that contrast, to experience the amount of love and growth and understanding that comes along with living in a body like that. It's not about, oh, I'm a baby and I'm negative. Like, no, it's about the growth that that person in that body and you as their caretaker is going to experience by going through this life together. That's what it's about, okay? So like, it's all perspective. If you have, look at Helen Keller, okay? By a lot of people's standards, for me, if I went blind and deaf, that would be the end of it for me. I wouldn't want to go on, okay? But this woman turned that into something incredible. That's what it's about. It's taking what you have, taking the situation you're born into, and yeah, you can, sorry, someone's walking by, so the dog is having something to say. You can be sad about your situation, and you can feel like the world's out to get you and that everything sucks and life is hard, or you can look at all the beautiful things that you actually still do have and focus on those and create more of those. That's what it's about. So I just had to take that little detour for a moment. When I say negative feelings, I don't mean like, oh yeah, well, whatever. It's just like, it's your perspective. It's like where you start is your starting point, and then from there, whether you have $1 in your pocket or if you're born with a silver spoon in your mouth, you have the choice in that moment or all moments to be grateful for what you have or to not be grateful for what you have, to appreciate what comes into your life or to not appreciate it, okay? We're not like judging people for where they're born or how they're born or what situation they're born into. That's your choice from before you come to planet Earth, okay? That's not me. That's you. That's your soul's purpose, okay? So find the good things and relish in them, run with them, take that feeling of appreciation and love and growth and understanding and just multiply it, okay? And then good things will show up in your world. Anyways, aside from that, sorry, let me just read this comment here. When people are not awakened, they cannot hold the truth on choice and consequence. What do you mean by that? Can you elaborate what you mean by that? When people are not awakened, they cannot hold the truth on choice and consequence. Yeah, I'd like some more. Please elaborate on that one so I can get a little more clarity on what you're saying there. But yeah, you have to understand, like, things are going to happen. Negative things are still going to pop up just because you had feelings before, you had momentum from before, manifestations from before that are still going to come to pass. And it's your job in those moments to not allow them to take root, to take hold, to make you feel shitty. It's your job at that point to be like, huh, okay. That's not how I see it in my world, but okay, like, fine. You just don't let it take hold, you know? Like, again, if you're trying to manifest a person and you're, you know, scripting, visualizing yourself married to them, and then they reach out and say, hey, by the way, I found somebody else, I can't be with you, and that crushes your world, that's your choice. That is your choice in that moment. And you're allowing that person's so-called power, which they don't have in your world, to take hold. You're allowing them to have power, and they don't. You have all the power because we each are our own creative center. We're each connected to our own arm of God, or however it works, and then no one else can create for you. No one else can exert. You tell that person, oh, okay, fine. But you tell yourself, not in my world. In my world, that other person you're dating actually found someone better for them, and you can't stop thinking about me. When you're with them, all you can think about is me, and I'm the first thing on your mind when you wake up and the last thing on your mind when you go to sleep, and that's it. That's your story, and you're sticking to it. And that person, you become that vibrational match. If you continue to be the vibrational match of the person that is in that relationship with that person, with this other person, by not believing in any of the outside circumstances that seem to come about, it will come along in the way that you want it to, because it has to. It's a law. It's a universal law. It has to come about that way. So if you're having trouble wrapping your mind around it, remember yourself, it's like gravity. You can want to be flying up in the air all day long, but the hard truth is that you can jump and you're going to be back on the ground in half a second, because it's a law. It's a law. So whatever you want, whatever you believe, whatever you expect to happen is going to manifest, period. You are manifesting all the time. Right this very second, whatever you feel in this moment is going to show back up in your life in some way. You're going to find other things to feel this feeling about again, because that's how life works. That's how it perpetuates. There is no other way, okay? Sorry, I know I probably sound angry. This is just how I talk. Okay. When you talked about how we choose our life before coming here to learn and grow, when people are not awakened, they can't hold this truth as they're still programmed into the victim mentality. Yes, exactly. So yeah, this victim mentality, people think that, oh, this is happening to me and people don't like me, or I'm unlucky, or I'm not good enough, I'm poor, I'm sick, my body's this, I have a disease, I have to be whatever. You're right. It's a victim mentality until you can understand that you chose to come here in those circumstances because of the growth, because of the level of understanding. Like I don't want to say it like this because it's not about like gaining points and but basically you're gaining major like karma points. You're gaining like you're super understanding. Like you're super, how do I put this? Like you're getting way more out of the experience when you come into, say, a disabled body, for example. When you a person that chooses to come into a disabled body chooses it with the people that are caretaking them, mind you, because you're all intertwined together on a soul level. You both choose to come here in that situation because of the exponential amount of growth, love, and understanding that you will experience through living that life, okay? It's not about like you're negative, so now you're going to be a baby born into a disabled body. Like, are you kidding me? If you watch my videos ever, I would never, that's not what I'm trying to say at all. Like, I'm super like, yes, you have the power. Like, it's all, I believe in everyone's like supernatural power to create anything they want in life. And if you are born into a body or a situation that you don't agree with or you think is unfair, guess what? You chose it. So now it's your job to figure out why. Why did I choose this? What am I going to gain from this? What can I learn? How can I grow? How can I show more love? How can I show more love and compassion for myself? How can I love myself despite these physical or mental whatever challenges or situations that I'm born into, okay? It's you take your situation from where it's at and you don't compare it to other people, because other people don't even essentially exist in your world, okay? It's all you. They're all reflections of you. They're all mirrors of you. It's all you pushed out, however you want to word that. And it's your job to discover your power through all that. It's your job to harness your power through all that. It's your job to learn to love yourself and others through all that, okay? So don't, like, it's yeah, I'm going to take some, I just realized how, look at how full this is. I've been sitting here this whole time not drinking. Anybody have questions? Please feel free. It's like my little R mug. Yeah, it's cute. So yeah, so if you're, if you are trying to manifest something and it's not coming about, and you're doing the processes right, okay? You're scripting right, you're visualizing the correct way, your picture's really clear, you have declared exactly what you want to experience, and you know what you want, and there's not a problem on the manifesting side. There's not a problem on the the getting the image there. Then your problem lies in your day-to-day feelings. The problem lies in how you feel about yourself, how you feel about the situations that come into your world. Hello, good morning, thank you for joining. The problem lies in the day-to-day, the minute-by-minute, the mundane, the bullshit, the dealing with the job, the dealing with the neighbors, the dealing with the annoying coworkers, dealing with the boss, dealing with your annoying spouse, whatever it is. Like, that's where your issue comes in from your manifestations. That's why things aren't manifesting in your world. So if that's your deal, if you feel like you're doing it all right, you're doing all the processes right, but it's still not happening, you have to look at how you're feeling, how you're thinking in everyday life, what you're showing up like, what you are expecting to experience, what you expect to come through from other people, that is what is going to be the determining factor of how long it takes for things to come to you. It's not about a time lag. It's about you being a vibrational match to what it is that you want. So if you want, what's something? Somebody tell me something that you're manifesting that's you're having a hard time coming to, or seeing in your world, and let's try to. Okay. Any tips to help become aware during an emotional response instead of realizing it like a few minutes after? Okay. So, yes. So basically what I'm getting from this question is you're having something happen to you, you're reacting to it, you're feeling all the feelings of the reaction, and then you're like, oh crap, I just reacted to it. What have I manifested? That's what I think you're asking right now. So what you need to do for that is that takes focus. That takes paying attention to your feelings all the time, okay? Because your feelings are what manifest. Your thoughts help your feelings gain momentum and go on the spiral and going. And then once you have that feeling paired with the thought, that's when it manifests, okay? So if you are experiencing something and reacting to it, that's because you don't probably understand your full power. You're not completely convinced that everything that you feel is manifesting. That's part of it. B, you're not paying enough attention to how you feel in the moment. You're not, and not just that moment, but all moments, because the more you pay attention to how you feel, the more you catch things before they gain that momentum. So you want to catch them before you get a full-blown panic attack, or obviously before you get full-blown like whatever reaction you're having. You want to catch it before. So you have to start paying attention all the time. You want to pay attention in the neutral moments. You want to pay attention in the good moments, okay? Especially in the good moments, because that'll help get more good things coming. But it's really about focusing on how you feel and not allowing yourself to go down that road. So for me, my thing is anger. I've talked about this a lot. I have a moment. There's like a moment for me where I'm like, okay, bitch, like, do you want to keep going? Like, you're really going to be mad about this? Or are you going to just eat some humble pie and not be a bitch about this stupid thing that really doesn't matter? Like, it's not, I mean, if something crazy happens, yeah, you're going to react to it. We understand. But it's like those day in, day out things, like, that contradict what you feel like you're manifesting, or contradict what you're trying to become. Those are like, think of them as little tests. It's not really a test because there's nobody out there like judging you. It's just your past manifestations coming about from momentum. But use it as a test. Use it as a way to be like, okay, whew, I see myself going. Like, you know yourself. You know your triggers. You know what's going to piss you off. You know what's going to make you sad. You know what's going to make you anxious. Well, maybe not. I know anxiety is weird. Let's leave like chemical, actual like things out of it, because that's a little bit of a different story. But if it's something that's triggering you, you know what triggers you, and you know where you go from there, okay? So you have to start paying attention. Like, you can't be on autopilot anymore. That's really the answer, I think, is like, you got to turn autopilot off until you are in a place where your autopilot is in a like a higher vibrational place and can manifest and bring you to good places, okay? So, and even like saying that, I feel kind of like maybe I shouldn't have said that, because I work on this every single day, and it's always on my mind. I do this all day, every day, okay, guys? Like, part of my process is doing these videos because it reinforces it for me as well, okay? So you have to pay attention all the time. And it probably sounds like a chore, but it's not. Like, what's more of a chore? Being focused on how you feel, laser targeting your feelings, and making sure that you're pointing it in the right direction. Is that a chore? Or is feeling however, and then having all this bullshit come at you, and then having to deal with it, and then trying to clean up your vibration from there? That's a much bigger chore. And that's going to cause you a crazy emotional roller coaster, because you're just allowing things, you're feeling and experiencing and feeling and experiencing, and it's just like anything that comes at you, you're like, oh, this and now this and now this and now this, when in reality you can just be like, that's interesting, because actually in my world I'm a blah 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 blah, and that's really funny. And then you just turn your focus away from it. So I would say for you, let me just read your question back again to make sure I'm answering it correctly. Become aware during an emotional response instead of realizing it, like, okay, yeah, okay. You have to get out ahead of it. You have to practice. You have to pave your way. You have to set your intentions before you go to sleep. Or I mentioned this at the beginning of the things that you can do before you fall asleep or as you're falling asleep. Meditate. You can do affirmations. You can visualize the things that you want to experience. You can just sit there and revel in how comfortable your bed is. You can go down your gratitudes or your, I'm going to call them appreciations, because gratitude implies that there's something to feel like, oh, I'm so grateful, like that there was something negative on the other end of it. If you just appreciate something, it's a better word. And if you think about even just the word appreciate, what the actual definition is to grow. You know, if you have an account that appreciates, you're growing more money, whatever. Anyways, so you can think about your appreciations, plan your day for the next day, rewrite your day that you went through. You can do past revisions, anything that gets you into the mindset of cultivating good things and like ruminating in good things, whatever that is, whatever that looks like for you, that's what you want to fall asleep doing, okay? And then when you wake up in the morning, before you even open your eyes, that first moment of like consciousness of like, I'm awake now, same thing. Today's going to be awesome. I'm the powerful creator of my world. Anything that I want manifests. I get everything that I want. This bed is so fucking comfortable. Like whatever it is that gets you into that, like, yes, like, yes, I'm going to greet yes, whatever. Just get out ahead of your day, okay? And then keep that mind frame going that I create. It's all me. It's all responding to me. Even if something bad happens, it's okay, because I created it, and therefore I can create the opposite. I can create something better out of this, the ashes of this situation, and not letting it take stock. Like, be ahead of it, be on top of it, recognize your feelings, know your triggers, know your response to triggers. Like, you know yourself more than you know anything else on this planet. So pay attention and like just make it a diligent process. Make it a thing that you do, and don't waver from it, okay? Because you're the most important project you could ever work on, ever, because everything in your life that you will ever experience stems from how you feel about yourself and how you feel about your world. How you expect the world to unfold is how it unfolds. So it's not selfish to focus on yourself. It's not selfish to put yourself first, okay? That's what you should be doing. If you think it's selfish to put yourself first, okay, let me use an analogy. Let's say that you feel like you're one of those people that like puts your whole family first and you never take time for yourself, okay? What do you think is better for your children to see? Somebody that runs themselves ragged, doing everything for everybody else and never taking time for themselves? Or you're not only that, but you're showing up for them at like a level 3 because you're drained, you don't like your life, you're mad at yourself for creating shitty things for yourself, you're easily triggered because you're always on edge. You're showing up at like a level 3 for them. You want your kids to have a 3 to a 5 mom, or you want or dad or whatever, or do you want your kids to have a level 10 parent? Because a level 10 parent cares about themselves. They put themselves first, knowing that it's not selfish, knowing that it's the least selfish thing that they can do, because it radiates outward, and you're showing your children what it means to love yourself, to love your life, to bring good things into your life, to experience amazing things, to not take stock in the negativity. You want to show your kids how to not react to negative things that they experience, okay? Because if they just see you running ragged, freaking out about bills, freaking out about cleaning the house, yelling at them, getting on their asses about this, or even allowing them to just run the gamut, just like take over everything, you're not teaching them good life skills. You're not teaching them how to be a whole person that loves themselves and is capable of creating good stuff for themselves, okay? So it's not about being selfish. It's about being selfless in a way. It's kind of combining the two, okay? Because the more good you feel about yourself and your world, the better you show up for other people, okay? Let's take it in a job situation. What do you think is better, to be a stressed out employee that hates where they work because they can't stand the life that they've created for themselves, or an employee who knows that they're creating every moment of their reality, therefore they have the choice to be happy at work or to get into a new job, and so they can show up as the great version. Like, your boss wants you to show up as your level 10, not as your level 3 tired, run ragged, hate my life. Okay, you're not going to manifest good stuff being that version of you. So work on yourself, work on the things that make you feel good so that you can have good feelings when you walk into your job, because you've just spent the whole weekend loving yourself and having a good time and feeling great. Now you've regenerated yourself and you can go into work knowing that you're you're contributing to a creative atmosphere. You're part of a team. And because you're on this team, you can create so many more things, and all these amazing minds coming together are going to create something even bigger than you could all create separately. You have to change the way you look at it, change the way you look at the world, and change the way you look at yourself and how you expect things to unfold. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes I just like, blah, word diarrhea. Okay. Myra says, lately I've been feeling pretty low because I feel like I can't control my reality. So I just wanted to know if it was possible to create a specific situation. Yes, 100% all the time. You're creating everything all the time. So yeah, what you want to do if you want to create something specific is take a moment, take a session, and write out everything you want it to be. Every perfect thing. If you give me a little bit of like a background on what you're talking about, I can kind of give you some like a direction to go in, some like affirmations you can start with. But what you want to do is just like map out exactly what you want to experience, exactly how you want your life to go, exactly how you want a situation to unfold, a person to behave, whatever it is. Get it all out on paper so that it's clear, it's concrete. When you're writing, not only are you being clear and deliberate, but you're also practicing the vibration of that version that you want to be, which is helping it come about. So take your time to write that story out in grave detail about how you will feel, how you feel now that it is a reality, okay? You want to write it in the I am tense. I am so great. I'm so happy and thankful that I am finally a nurse. I don't know what it is, whatever. I'm just, and when I passed my nurse's exam, I felt so amazing. Passing my nurse's exam, I literally have no idea what I'm talking about. Passing my nurse's exam made me feel so accomplished and proud of myself. I love the feeling of being able to help other people. I love when my colleagues find my ideas exciting and new and fresh or whatever. Write out exactly how you want it to go. If it's a relationship, like I'm so happy and full of love now that so-and-so is in my life. When they told me that they loved me and they never wanted to spend a moment without me, I just felt like I was on top of the world. I felt like I could have, I don't know, whatever. I'm literally pulling this out of my ass right now. So just script out exactly what you want. Write it out in grave detail. And then this is like the if you want to do it all at once, like encompass, like get this whole thing out. Write it out. Go into a meditation. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you. Go to work and be happy to be there and excited about the future that you're unfolding for yourself. So you want to write it out, get really clear. Then I would suggest going into a meditation session and just like visualize it. Just think of all the beautiful things that you will experience once you become that version. All the things that you want to feel. Feel what they feel like. Think about whatever it is you're going for. What feeling will you feel when you get there? Are you going to feel appreciation, expansion, growth, freedom, understanding, love, joy, clarity, abundance, comfort, whatever the feelings of whatever you have will evoke? That's the feelings you want to drum up. And you don't have to like know what it feels like exactly, but let's say that, okay, you won't know what it feels like to, I don't know, guys, give me some examples, to go to the Grand Canyon if you've never been there, but you can imagine that once you get there, you're going to feel awe. You're going to feel like an immense amount of like taking in beauty. You're going to feel like this expansiveness of the world. You're going to feel how big the world is. Essentially what the feelings are going to be once you get to the place you want to be at. So then you can meditate on those feelings. feel expansion, feel growth, feel that feeling of like, yes, yes, I did it. Like there are things in your life where you have felt that way before. So recall those emotions in your manifestational, in your meditation, and then pair that with visions or images of exactly what you want to experience. Combining those feelings, which is the vibration, everything starts at the vibrational level, with the images of what you want to experience are going to create basically a seed that gets planted, and then it can grow through law of attraction, or however I'm trying to like use analogies here to kind of place that out. But take that time, do that nice visualization meditation session where you're feeling the feelings, you're thinking of the images are making you feel the feelings more, you feel amazing, you feel light, you feel almost high, you feel just like really, really good. And then when you come out of that meditation, then you want to do affirmations. And these affirmations are not just like any random like, money comes effortlessly and easily, which is fine. But you want to do like actual words, affirmations, phrases that you would say that come out of your own mouth. So if you're trying to manifest a person or something, again, like you would use your own, like, he loves being around me. He loves, he can't keep his hands off of me. He loves looking into my eyes. Every time he thinks about me, his heart feels like, I don't know, I'm just trying to like come up with some like generic things. But basically you go to script it out, do a visualization session, and then write some affirmations, okay? And once you have your affirmations that sound like they come from you, sound like they would be natural, you just say them over and over and over and over and over again. Like one that I like, it's kind of generic, but it's easy. Everything is working out best case scenario. That's one I like, and that one comes true a lot. Another one is I get everything that I want. 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 You just say it until it sounds true, until it sounds like it would come out of your voice. And then just use that intermittently throughout your day. You know, when you're feeling good, yes, I get everything that I want. Everything is working out for me. I am the creative power. I am in control. I am this. I am that. I am perfect. I am awesome. I am beautiful. I am fun. I am exciting. People love being around me. Whatever. Just go on a rampage of all the good things when you have those high vibes. And when you have low vibes, when you start to dip and you start to like take stock in what's happening around you, flip that into, I can say you get a bill in a month. Say you're having money issues, okay? If you were somebody that has never had money issues or has plenty of money, you wouldn't get a bill and freak out about it. You get a bill and be like, okay, cool, I'll just pay that. I can pay that, no problem. And then you go on about your day. You never think about it again because it's not an issue. And that's how it needs to be. You have to, that's the part about the, living, what do you do after your manifestation? That's the living in the after. That's the like, not letting any circumstance, any limitation take hold because they don't exist. You create every parameter around you. You create every limitation. You create the box that you are in. You have created it, okay? So if you feel like you're in a box, if you feel like you're confined, you created it, okay? Which means that you can uncreate it at the same time. So when evidence of the contrary of your manifestations comes into your world, you can acknowledge it. You don't even have to acknowledge it, but if you want to, acknowledge it and just be like, oh, okay, cool. Not in my world, but sweet. Not how I see it in my world. That's not how it works, but that's okay. Got a bill in the mail? Cool. I'm just going to pay that. Not a big deal. Moving on. You got to pay attention. You really have to just pay attention and just know that, like, if normally getting a bill in the mail freaks you out and goes on a downward spiral of how am I going to pay for this? How am I going to do this? Am I going to get evicted? Blah, 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 blah. Just know when you get a bill, cool, I'm going to pay that. Nice. On to the next. You can't let it affect you. You can't let it take stock. It has to be, you have to flip that. You have to flip it into a positive affirmation, or at the very least, just get your mind off of it and go do something else. Like, you just have to, like, remove yourself mentally and even physically out of the situation. What else, guys? Any questions? Just sipping tea over here. I'm just going to take this moment to say if you would like personal attention on your issue, I do one-on-one coaching, and I will help you get at the specific beliefs that you have that are kind of getting in the way. So like a lot of times, you know, we'll have a session and they come, you know, people will come with their problem they're having or their issue, the things they're trying to manifest or whatever it is. And, you know, I have things like pre-written notes and things that I'll go through with them and steps that they can take. But then, you know, at the end of it, it's really just like, I want you to tell me in your words what's happening, because that's when I can see exactly what it is that you're doing that's keeping it away. That's when I see the language that you're using. I see your body language is a really important one. I like to do my sessions face to face, so I can actually see your face and see like, what are you doing? What do you really believe is possible for you? Because that is what's going to manifest. You're not going to manifest what you want unless you believe that it's possible. Your belief trumps all. Belief is what manifests. Belief and expectation, okay? That is what creates your world. So if you want something really, 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 really bad, but you don't inherently believe that it's possible for you, it's not going to happen, okay? Let me take that back. It could happen, but it's not going to come about in an easy and harmonious way. It's going to take struggle. It's going to take force. It's not going to just happen the way that it should happen naturally, okay? If you just believed it and expected it to happen, it would just come to you without any effort. It would just be, because, yeah, that's how it happens. It's just, that's what it is. Your expectations are creating your world in every moment. So work on what you expect to come about, and that's what's going to make a difference for you. Yeah, so one-on-one coaching, RoxyLeeHart.com/Get More Roxy Talks. That's where you can sign up for that. I'm also working on a manifesting a specific person masterclass, and that is going to be, it's called 5 Secrets That You Need to Know to Manifest a Specific Person. That's going to come out soon. I finished it, but I have to do all of the like build the web page and like all that stuff. So that's going to be coming hopefully next week. That'll be out, so you'll be able to do that. It's free. You can take the class, the master class, and then there will be an offer to work directly with me on your actual manifestations, because again, like I know how hard this stuff is. I do it every single day. I have to brainwash myself, retrain myself, reprogram myself every single day. And like some days are easier than others. Some days I wake up and I'm just like, fuck yeah, I am this. Yes, me. Yeah. Hell yeah, I got it. Other days I wake up and I'm like, what do I do? Like it happens to everybody. It really does. So you have to have a practice in place. You have to have tools. You have to have things, rituals that you do every day. And that's what really turns you into the manifesting powerhouse, is just like doing things that reinforce it, you know, manifesting smaller things so that you're constantly reminded of your power. So you always know that, okay, yeah, I actually do have control of this. It's actually, everything actually is responding to me. It's all me. It's nobody else. It's nothing else. It's always, always, always me. And it's always been me. That is like the first step. That's the first step that you need to take to become like an expert manifestor. Like that's your first realization and understanding, is like, it's all me. It's always been me, and it always will be. It never is anybody else. Nobody's opinions exist or matter. Anybody else's opinions that you come across are just reflections of your own, and projections of how you feel and how you expect people to treat you, and how you expect people to receive you. So it's all at the root. That's why I said, you know, it all starts from within. Everything comes from here and flows outward. So gaining control on, gaining an understanding of your own control is really where you're going to find that success in manifesting deliberately all the time. Because you're always manifesting. Don't forget, you're always manifesting. Your feelings, you're just like stamping, sending them out, stamping them, sending them out. Like you feel it, it's going out to the universe and it's coming back. That's just how it works. That's the way this world perpetuates. So yeah, that's all you. All right, any more questions, guys? You can join my Facebook group, Black Moon Society. The link is below. It is for women, but I do help men one-on-one coaching. My group is for women, though. It's just again, I said I have 90%. My audience is 90% women, and I know me being a woman, it's easier to express myself in a group of women when you're not. I don't know why. Something about men being in the mix tends to like funk things up. So the Black Moon Society is for women only, but that doesn't mean that I won't help you if you're a male. I absolutely will. And just reach out to me, DM me on Instagram. That's the easiest place to get a hold of me. That's where I get the least amount of messages. So if you want me to address, if you have questions about stuff, you can always DM me there. And then if you want to sign up for coaching one-on-one where we can actually get to the root of your issues, that is roxyleehart.com/getmoreroxytalks. And also with my clients, there's ongoing chat support. Like my clients know, like you can always reach out to me and ask me questions. I'll always help you like retarget your thoughts, because it's one thing to have a session and then you're feeling good for a while, but then you go out to your regular world and you react to the shit that happens to you. And that's where the work is. It's the in between. You can do all the manifesting and I can't even fucking say this word. Visualizing, scripting, and affirming. You can do that all day long. But if you go out into the world and you negate it by reacting to what you see or experience and feeling like now it can't come about because he hates me, or I'm ugly, or I'm not cool enough, my friends don't like me. Guess what? That's your reality now. You just canceled all that shit out. Not that it can't come to you. It can still come to you, of course, but it's just going to be a lot harder. You're going to have hurdles. You're going to have time. That's where the time comes in. It's the time between you being a vibrational match to what you want and staying there and becoming it. So like if you're having money issues, you want to see yourself as someone either that like just got a bunch of money, or I like to say it's someone that's never had money problems. Like what's the version of you that's never worried about money? What would they be thinking if they got a bill in the mail? Oh, cool. It wouldn't even register. They wouldn't even take a second to think about it. So when you feel poor and then you get a bill and you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm so worried. I'm so scared. I'm so this. How am I going to do this? How blah, 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 blah. You are just like hammering in that vibration of poorness, of not having enough, of not being able to pay your bills. Like you can't let it take hold of you like that. You have to just be like, cool, bill, later. Like on to the next. I'm gonna go skateboard, or I don't fucking know. I don't know. But yeah, it's every day, guys. It's all moments. You have to remember, like, it's all you. Everything's responding to you. So if you get something, if you feel an evidence that says of the contrary, don't feel about it. Don't turn it into a feeling, because that's what manifests, the feelings, not the thoughts. It's the feelings. It would have been useful to know this before I sabotaged myself. But it's very helpful to prevent it for the future. Yes. And you know what? Don't even look at it like that. Look at that as like, oh, thank God I learned that. Thank God I did sabotage myself, because now I know that that's what I did. Now I know that that was the problem. I saw that I took A, B, C steps, and right here's where I fucked up. Like, take it as a learning experience. If you go to a job and they don't hire you, thank them. Thank you for not hiring me, because that job was probably terrible. And I know that I'm manifesting the exact job that I want, and this one wasn't it. I thought it was, but thank God they told me that it wasn't it, so that I can actually go to the job that I want to be at. I can actually go to the job where I'm going to be appreciated. I can actually go to the job where I'm going to feel fulfilled, okay? Because you don't know what that job's going to be like. You could have a great interview and then get there and they treat you like shit. You could have a great interview and they tell you you're going to do one job and you end up doing another. You could go in there and they tell you you're doing one job and you're doing 5 jobs now. Like, you don't know what's going to happen when you actually step foot in that job. So if something happens that like steers you away, be thankful for it. Be thankful for it, because if you know that you're manifesting exactly what you want, and you know that what you believe manifests, you know that it has to, because that's how this world works, then you can feel secure in knowing that you're being steered to the right direction. You're being corralled exactly where you need to go. So don't feel failure if somebody rejects you. Be grateful they rejected you because they are probably a fucking asshole and you're so lucky you don't have to deal with them anymore. Take rejection, take no's, take them as corralling you. Take them as the universe steering you in the right direction, okay? It's not about rejection. It's not about someone, you're not good enough. It's not about that because there's no such thing as not good enough. You came here as a powerful creative force to do amazing things. There's no way that you're not worthy or not good enough for what you want. There's no possible way because this is your world. It's your world. It's not anybody else's world, okay? None. They don't exist. They don't matter. They don't create. They don't decide. They don't feel. They don't think. You do it all. You think, you feel, you decide, you discern, you choose. It's all you, okay? So if you feel like you've sabotaged yourself, that's fine. That's a learning experience for you. That's you showing you what not to do when something good comes along, okay? Now you know. Next time this happens, I am not going to react to it. Next time this happens, I'm going to be thankful that it happened, or I'm just not even going to give it a second thought. You don't have to thank it. You don't have to do anything. You don't even do the least amount possible if something bad happens to you, okay? If something negative comes up, do the least that you can do about it. If it's ignoring it, that's the best. Okay. And what's next? Like, no, sorry, not in my world. Nope, not happening today. Not today, Satan. Like, it's your world. You choose if it pisses you off. You choose if it upsets you. You choose if you're offended by somebody calling you something, okay? It's your choice. And it was you that put that thought into their head to begin with, okay? If you're mad because somebody called you, I don't want to call anybody out specifically, okay? But let's say somebody called you, let's say someone called you fat, okay? I've been called fat my whole life. Maybe I don't look like it right now because I've been working really diligently, but like I've had weight problems my whole life. I will always be conscious of what I'm putting in my mouth at all times. I've gone through eating disorders. I've been through it all, okay? So I know what that's like. But like if I walk into a room and I expect people to think I look fat, like guess what? They think I look fat now because I expect them to they think I look fat. And if someone tells me I'm fat, I decide whether or not I feel fat more because of it. Now I'm like, oh God, now they affirm it. Now I really am fat. Other people think I'm fat now. Guess what? Fat. I'm just creating more and more instances. If I decide that I'm not fat anymore and I love the way I look and someone still calls me fat, A, I have to know that's from all the years from before that I felt fat, okay? It's not new. That's an old manifestation. And B, I'm going to be like, okay, you're weird because I look fucking amazing and I don't know what the hell you're smoking, but I look bomb, and that's it, period. And then you go on about your day, okay? You don't let that take hold. You don't let it become anything, because it's nothing. It's just your own feelings and expectations and manifestations from the past coming up in waves, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't exist. It doesn't have to exist. You don't have to let it do anything. You don't have to feel any certain way about it. You don't have to. It's your choice. It's your choice. You may think it's a knee-jerk reaction, but it's a habit. That's a habit that you've created to feel this way. Okay, if someone calls me fat, I'm going to feel really bad about myself and I'm going to beat myself up for 3 days about it. Why? What's the point? What are you getting out of that? Those 3 days that you're beating yourself up for it, now you've multiplied out your feeling shitty about yourself times 3 days, okay? It's like it's all you. It's all you. It's always you. It's always only you, okay, at all moments. All right. Anything else, guys? Any other questions? Remember, you can reach out to me for one-on-one coaching. I will help you get to your specific issue and even help you beyond the session. I do offer monthly packages, for those people that like really want to really get a hold of their shit. Obviously, that's what I would suggest because, again, I know how hard it is to maintain it because I have to do it every day. I work on it every single day. But I'm here for you whether, you just want to talk for a half an hour, for an hour, if you want, daily chats. What the monthly package looks like is we do a quick chat every day, like a 10 to 15 minute call just to boost you up and get you going, get your affirmations going in the right direction, set you out on the right steps for the day. And then once a week we do an in-depth call, work on the limiting beliefs, work on all the issues that you're dealing with. and then we record all the sessions, and you have access to me. You have a private chat number that you can text emergencies to or whatever. Anyways, that's the monthly. But, you know, I offer half an hour sessions, hour sessions, whatever. And then again, I have a masterclass coming out. Hopefully it'll be out by the end of the week or next week, that will help you if you're trying to manifest a specific person, or if you're trying to manifest any relationship. Honestly, it'll work for any person. That'll be free, and then you'll have a chance to join the workshop, which is where I actually work with you directly to you know, get the right scripting, the right affirmations, the right visualizations, the right techniques, the right daily mental focus and mental diet to get you there. So yeah, any kind of work that you want to do directly with me, you can go to roxyleeheart.com/getmoreroxytalks, and that is how you can work directly with me, and we will work on your whatever your specific issue is, your limiting beliefs, the things you're trying to manifest, things in your way, whatever it is. I will help you. I'm always here to help. And if you have any questions, DM me on Instagram at Roxy Talks. That's the best place to get a hold of me. All right. Any more questions before we sign off? All right, guys, I appreciate you joining me here for Mindset Monday. If you haven't checked out my video from last week, it's a good one. It's about instant manifestation and whether or not it's real and how to do that. So check that out on my channel, my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/RoxyLeeHeart. I know you guys know because you're on YouTube right now, but Facebook, that's where you can find me. And if you want to join my Facebook group, it's called Black Moon Society. There is a link below in the YouTube description. It is for the ladies, but that's okay. I'll help. Any tip on how to stop reacting to your reality? Just, you have to really, really know and understand that you create all the circumstances. So if someone, you know, comes at you with something that's contradictory to what you're trying to manifest, you have to know that it's not real. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to do anything. It's not even real, honestly. Like everybody else that we live in a holographic universe, okay? So, or a holographic reality, I should say. Everything that you experience is like, you know, we're all energy. This isn't solid. Nothing is solid. It's all energy. It's all potential energy. So anybody in your reality, any situation in your reality, anything that you're not looking at right now is, or not in contact with, like if you're on the phone or something, it is potential energy waiting for you to come into contact with it and decide and tell it how to look, behave, act, respond, etc. So really, really, really get into the knowing, into that understanding that it's all you. Everything you experience is responding to you. And so that if you get something that is contradictory to what you want to experience in your life, again, for example, if you're trying to manifest money and you get a bill in the mail, one, know that it's all you. It's not real. It's responding to you and how you feel because you've felt poor. You've felt powerless. You've felt at the mercy of the government or whatever for so long that you still have manifestations coming. They're going to happen. You have to understand that things are still going to pop up. And so because of that, that's why you can't react to it, because you have a new life you're creating, and the new version of you, if you are wanting to be rich or whatever, the new version of you would not react to a bill with fear. They wouldn't react to a beer with a bill with anxiety. It just wouldn't matter. It would just be like, okay. You have to know that like your reaction to things and the way you expect them to happen, that's what creates more of it. So if you get bills and you feel fear and anxiety and worry, those are very strong emotions. And you're going to start thinking, what am I going to do? How am I going to pay this? How am I going to get this money? What am I going to do? What if I'm homeless? What if I can't pay this? What if my power gets shut off? Sorry, I want to stop saying these things out loud because I don't even want to do that manifest that for myself. But you can't feel those feelings. You have to stop them. You have to pay attention to how you feel. You have to pay attention to your thoughts. You need to be aware of the thoughts that you are feeling, or the thoughts that you're thinking and the feelings that you're feeling that are creating. Okay, so pay attention. Focus on your feelings all the time. You have to start. This is a constant thing. This isn't a one-time deal. It's not set it and forget it. It's not manifest it once and then you're done, which it can be, but you have to have the belief that you're able to do that in order for that to be possible. Or you have to have no resistant beliefs. Basically, you can't. If you just think nothing about it, then it's going to manifest because there's nothing standing in your way. But if you think it's going to be hard, you think it's going to be difficult, you think that you have time involved, you think that there's another person whose feelings matter, they don't, because they don't exist in your world. They're not real. You are the only one created. You're playing a video game and you're holding the controller, and that's it. Everybody else in your game is just there to fill in the background and to make the experience richer for you, okay? So when you have things pop up and you know that you're not supposed to react to them, that's key right there. Just knowing that you shouldn't react to them helps. That's like a step already in the right direction. So know that your reaction will manifest more. So don't react. Or feel thankful that you go, okay, good, now I have more money I can put out, because putting out more money means more money flows back to me. Whatever kind of like belief system that you have in place, just make sure that it's one of abundance. Make sure that you're practicing beliefs of abundance or love or joy or clarity or expansion or excitement, comfort, ease. Whatever it is that you're going for, practice those feelings. Remind yourself of things that make you feel that way. Visualize and meditate on things that make you feel those feelings so that you're familiar with them enough. You can pair them, you can match them with memories that remind you of how to feel abundant, so that when you do have these instances come up and you are faced with a quote unquote reaction, or what did you call it? What was the word you used? Yeah, a reaction to reality. You know, okay, first of all, I created this. It's not really real. I don't have to react to it. And instead, I choose to feel abundant in this moment. I get a bill. I'm glad I got my bill, because that just reinforces the fact that I have money to pay for it. And then you just move on. You have to, like, it's a practice. It's not like, again, it's not set it and forget it. It's a daily practice. It's like working out. You can work out every day for a month and you're going to look really good. But if you stop working out for a month, you're going to start going back to your old body style. That's just how it works. It's constant. You will get to the point where it becomes second nature and it becomes easier to do. But until you're there, you have to, it's dedication to yourself. Like, you have to put yourself first. And yourself first is not selfish, because everything you experience radiates out from you, okay? If you think that putting yourself first is going to take away from your partner or your kids, again, think about which version of you want to show up as for them. Would you rather be the version of you that's stressed out, fearful, anxious, needy? Like, if you're in a relationship and you're feeling needy, like your man's going to cheat on you or your girlfriend's going to cheat on you or whatever, they don't want that. They want to be in a relationship with someone who's secure and loving and proud and happy to be who they are, happy in their own skin. That's the kind of person you want to be around. So, like, it's not selfish to focus on yourself and to make your own self a priority, okay? It's imperative that you do that, because that is the version of you that everybody else gets to experience. If you want someone to like you, even though it's all in your mind, whether they like you or not, you want to be the best version of you. You don't want to be some shitty asshole. Like, of course no one's going to want to hang out with you if you're always negative and you always feel crappy about yourself and you're always worried about what other people are thinking. Nobody wants to be around that person. They want to be around the person that, like, lifts them up and is vibrant and is exciting and makes them laugh and makes them think new thoughts, and, like, they go on new adventures together. That's why it's important to, like, focus on yourself, because that's who you're giving to the world. You want to give the world your 10, not your 2. Nobody should see you at your 2. You shouldn't even be at a 2, okay? And if you are at a 2, you need to know, I created this. Everything is responding to me. And I can choose to stop feeling like this in any moment. And then you start bringing in things that make you feel less like a 2. Memories that made you feel abundant, or memories that made you feel joyous, memories that made you feel clever, memories that made you feel wanted, memories that made you feel smart. I don't know. I'm just, just thinking about it. Just bring in feelings of how you want to feel, things that you've experienced in the past, because you know what they felt like. You can conjure that feeling. And once you feel the feeling, then you can bring in your images or your thoughts about the new reality that you're creating, okay? Now that I'm feeling abundant, yes, I'm abundant. Oh, I love being able to pay all my bills. I love being able to give more. I love having so much money that I can't give enough away. I love the feeling of money exchange. I love money going out and money flowing in. I love being able to pay for things. I love the feeling of expansion when I can spend my money because I know that more is coming. Whatever it is, you have to start changing your mind. You have to start changing how you feel about yourself and how, the world is, because it's all you. It's always you. So know it. Know your knowing. Reinforce your knowing. Reinforce your power every day when you wake up in the morning. I am the creative force of my world. I am the only God of my reality. I am the operative force. I am the one making the decisions. The entire world is responding to me. Everything is working out according to how I expect it to go. Make this your daily practice when you wake up in the morning. Step into that power so that if you encounter anything during the day that makes you feel uncomfortable, that A, you created it, and B, you can change it. And then change it. Change the way you feel. Snap. Nope. Actually, I am beautiful. Actually, I'm so smart. What do you mean you didn't like that report I wrote? Because it was actually really good. And then move on with your day, okay? Like you just have to practice and stop letting yourself fall into your old ways, your old thinking patterns, your old expectations. Because again, it's your expectations of what you believe is possible or is going to happen that manifests, again, if you want something really bad, but you don't inherently believe it's possible for you, it's probably not going to happen. And it's definitely not going to happen in an easy and harmonious way. But if there's something that you don't want to happen, you're not interested in it, but you're just like, ugh, I know I'm just going to walk in this door and this bitch is going to say something. Guess what? That bitch is going to say something because you know it. You know it like you know it like you know it. That's what Lisa Nichols says. Know like you know like you know. If you know something, if you know it, you believe it. Like it's just, that's it. That's what's going to happen. That's just how it works. So work on switching. I think that the easiest way to do it is to reaffirm your own power every day, all day, every day. I am the power of my reality. I am the God. I am the creator. Everything is responding to me at all moments. I am the one creating all of it. Everything is responding to me. Everything I experience is because I called it to myself in some way in my past. Okay, that's step one. And then just knowing that you have the choice. You can choose to react in a different way. Maybe you have an initial ooh, but then you flip it. Actually, no, it's this way. In my reality, it's this. Or just completely ignore it. Okay, cool. Bill in the mail, sweet. I'll pay that. Not thinking about it again. I don't need to think about it again because I'm going to pay it. It's not a big deal. And you just, don't make mountains out of molehills, you do that too. You can turn something from nothing into a huge deal. It's all you. I'm sure you've done that before, we've all made amazing things happen in our lives, and we've all made shitty things happen in our lives. And we're going to continue that until we die. And then we're going to come back in some other new body and have to relearn it all over again. That's honestly my biggest stressor sometimes. I'm just like, oh God, once I make it through all of this, then I'm going to have to come back in some other body and deal with all this shit again. But hopefully that knowledge perpetuates. I don't know. I've been told I have an old soul, and I believe it. When I was a kid, I just knew stuff. I just understood things that 3-year-olds should not understand. I just was very, I don't know. I really understood how the world worked in a way, and that's probably why I went into, what I went into. I studied behavioral science in college, and I've always been really fascinated with people and the way that their motives, the way that they feel about themselves, the way they feel about each other, how they interact. I don't know. It's always been very interesting to me, even when I was very young. So hopefully I get to carry all this shit I'm learning to the next life, because that's the hard part, starting all over again, I would imagine. But I don't know, because I don't remember my previous lives. I can only guess. But as for this life goes, guys, you got time. you're just here experiencing it. So use this time to learn about yourself, learn your triggers, recognize them, and know what comes next. What comes when you're triggered? I know what comes when I'm triggered. Fucking attitude and hellstorm and anger, and like I don't like being that girl, you know. That's why I work on. That's why for me it's important to be positive. That's why for me it's important to have high vibrations, because I don't like sitting in negative. I don't know. Okay, I have kind of a pet peeve with some of the other teachers that teach that vibration doesn't matter, which I mean I agree. I mean it really, I guess it doesn't. Like if you're manifesting something and you believe it's coming, it's coming. But like why would you want to sit in like negative feelings in the meantime just because it's easier? Why would you want to sit around and be pissed off all the time? Like that to me, like just, or fearful or sad or whatever. Like if you have the power to choose how you feel and all it takes is practice and focus, why would you want to continue feeling shitty just because you can? Like I don't understand. Like they you know, that's one thing that kind of differentiates me from other teachers is like I have a background in understanding like actual human behavior, and I don't understand why someone would want to be negative or want to feel that way. If you know, I understand if you don't know that you're creating it. I definitely get that. And that's why I'm here doing this and sharing this information, because I want everyone to know that they have the power in all moments to turn it around. It doesn't matter how much negative shit that you have manifested for yourself, you have the power in every moment to turn around, because once you do, even if that negative shit comes about, you now know that you don't have to react to it, and you don't have to be offended by it. You don't have to be fearful of it. You don't have to be angry about it. You don't have to be sad about it. Because you can say, nah, not in my world. Actually, it's this. And then move on. And then that's what it becomes. You do that every single time. Change isn't made overnight. Change is made in the moment every time the feeling occurs, okay? So, like, focus on yourself. Focus on how you feel. Pay attention to the feelings that lead to the thoughts that lead to the manifestations. Take your manifestations and work backwards and pinpoint exactly where you were when you manifested that, so that you can understand the functionality of your power and you understand where and when these things are deployed, okay? That way you can fix it. Before stepping into the light, choose to remember. Stepping into the light equals conception. What do you mean by conception? I feel like there's a few ways to take that word. I want to understand exactly what you're saying here. But yeah, it's all you. It's all you. The good, the bad, the ugly, the awesome, the mediocre. Every moment of it is your creation. It's your reaction, it's your response, it's your decision, it's your power, it's your choice. It's all you. Nobody else. Nobody else is creating for you. No one else is determining your future. No one else is deciding your future. No one else is judging you for the choices that you make. They might appear to be, but just know that that's your own internal judgment or your own internal whatever being reflected out through other people, okay? Because a lot of the things that we feel inside, we may not be able to recognize on our own, so that they're brought to us from other people. Other people are used as vessels to show us, to hold up a mirror, to show us exactly how we feel and how we think. Oh, you literally meant conception. Okay, that's what I was wondering. If you meant like conception as like a concept, or you actually meant, okay, the moment of conception. Sperm meets egg moment, that is you stepping into the light, okay. I don't think that is. I think that, I mean, I guess so. I guess because you do choose your parents, you choose your situation and what you're coming into. So yes, I guess that's when you would choose it. But I think that when you open your eyes as a baby, that's when you begin replicating, hitting the copy machine button. Like you open your eyes, you see the hospital and the doctors, and you're like, ah, what the fuck is this? And that feeling is so strong that boom, copy machine, and then the next moment is copied. The next moment is copied, because each moment is a separate universe, all stacked on top of each other, okay? It's not a continuum like we're led to believe. So that moment you open your eyes and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like you have these strong feelings like, boop, copy machine, more of this, and then your mom comes and then she looks at you and you're like, ah, Okay, fucking phew. That okay, all right. This I like. This I like. And then the copy, 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 copy. You know, and that's just how it works. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah. Sometimes I know how hard it is to get rid of limiting beliefs. I do. And again, that's why I say it's a practice. It's every day. It is every single day. You have to work on this every day. You can't just manifest one day or do your visualization or whatever one day and then expect yourself to change, because you have however many years, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75 years of past manifestation and momentum built up in the other direction, okay? So like, you can't just expect to do it once, to understand one time, and then it happened. You have to put this in your forefront every day, okay? You have to make this a priority. It should be the most important thing in your world, because nothing else could be more important. You're creating your reality all the time based on how you feel. Nothing is more important than how you feel. Do you understand? Does that make sense? Like, everything that you experience, every minute detail of your entire life stems from how you feel about yourself and the world and how you expect the world to respond to you. Everything. Everything. There is nothing in the world that is more important than how you feel in the moment. Because all you have is now. The past doesn't exist. Present doesn't exist. If you think it does, try to go there, okay? You have now and nothing else. And now is made up of your feelings, and your future is made up of your now feelings, okay? So if you feel shitty now, guess what kind of future you're having? A shitty one. If you expect things to unfold in an unharmonious way, that's what's going to happen, okay? You have to change your thoughts all day long. You have to focus on yourself all day long. This is a practice, okay? It's when you get rid of, you're dealing with your limiting beliefs, that's because you're reacting to your world and you're allowing the concrete, the 3D world, to take hold and make you or allow you to feel a certain way about it. You're allowing it. You are the gatekeeper. You're the gatekeeper, you're judge, jury, executioner. You're all of it, okay? There's no one else. There's no judgment. There's nothing. It's all you. So like, if you have a limiting belief, guess what? You made that belief up and you are holding it in place. When things come about that reinforce your limiting beliefs, you have to say no. No! I stand in opposition. That is not how it works in my reality. Absolutely not. I am this. And you declare exactly who you want to be, exactly how you want it to go. And then you take that feeling and you run with it. And you don't let the other shit take hold. You don't let the other things come back in your frame of reference, okay? If it comes up again, that's so weird because actually I'm this. And then you move on. You just have to do that every time. Every time. Because if you don't, guess what? You dip right back into your old ways. And then you start replicating the, oh, yeah, I guess I am. Oh, I guess I am this. I guess I am shitty. I guess I am negative. I guess I am depressed. I guess I am sad. I guess I am fat. I guess I am ugly. I guess I am a loser. Whatever. Guess what? Now you're a loser. Or whatever it is, you know? Like, every day, all day, every day, pay attention how you feel. That's what this whole video is about, what to do in between. You pay attention and you do not allow any other contradictions to take hold. They don't exist. If you have to think of them as a test, think of them as a test. Oh, whew, I passed that test. Got a bill in the mail. This is a test to see how much of a vibrational match I am to the new me who has always had money and has never worried about money, okay? That's a test. It's not really, but just think of it that way, okay? I got a bill in the mail. Now I can worry about my bills and wonder where the money's going to come from, or I can be like, okay, cool, I'll just pay it and then move on with my life. That's why you need to focus every day. That's why it takes practice and focus, because you want to know that when these things pop up that you have the choice to choose how you react to it. And then you choose, hopefully, the good one. And then you don't come to me asking me why this person said this thing or this thing said like that. It's because, well, you decided to let that affect you. You decided to feel shitty in the face of something that wasn't real. You decided to let a hologram dictate how you felt. And that's why it happened. And that's on you. It's on nobody else but you. So I hope that answers your question. If you have anything else like specific, feel free to DM me. And if you want to work on your actual beliefs, laser target them in the spot that they are and get new beliefs in place, new affirmations that you can use. That's what one-on-one coaching is for. RoxyLeeHart.com/GetMoreRoxyTalks. That's where you can sign up. Thank you guys so much for joining me here on #Mindset Monday. We're all raising our vibrations together. You have the power. I believe in you. Thanks, guys. And, okay, Facebook, bye. And YouTube, bye.